Hello beautiful people, welcome back. If you're looking for a job currently or actively interviewing, what skills are you sharing with your employer? Because I have come to learn from experience, mine and other people's experiences, that there's some skills that we have that we normally don't mention, some skills that we bring to the table that are not glorified and we tend to put aside, yet are very crucial to surviving in the corporate world. So today I'll be sharing with you those skills and hopefully help you present yourself better at the next interview. Let's get started. Hello, my name is Njeri. On this channel, we talk about storytelling, entrepreneurship, and excellence. If those sound like topics you're interested in, hit the subscribe button and join the family. If you're here because you're interested in learning, hit the like button and let me know that you enjoy these videos. So if we think about the professional world and how we interview, we tend to highlight skills that we have been taught or skills we think have been highlighted in the application or in the job advert because we think those are the skills that will help us get the job. If you look at any job advert or call for applicants, you will always notice that every job highlights skills that are very specific to the task at hand. So for example, if it's an accounting job, they will often ask for things like CPA and accounting courses or related skills. If it's something like photography, they will ask your camera skills, your editing skills, your lighting skills, and something of that sort. But you realize that once you get into the workplace, there's a lot more that keeps the organization running than the very specific job you're doing. And for you to be able to survive within this system, you need something more in addition to your primary job skills. And these are the skills that I'll be talking about today. The first skill, which I think is very important in the workplace, is the ability to see the big picture. For any successful organization, there are very many small pieces that have to move around for things to work as they should and for you to achieve your organizational goal. But it also means that there are a lot of small pieces that don't necessarily contribute to the big picture, and there are some small pieces that are very crucial to the big picture. So if you as an individual are able to look at the big picture and identify the pieces that lead up to the big picture and the pieces that are important but don't necessarily have any impact on the big picture, you're able to manage your energy better and even choose what you need to prioritize over what can take a back seat for a moment. And if you have this skill, you might even be able to communicate better when you're in a leadership position because you're able to assign tasks accordingly and it leads to an overall better satisfaction at the job. So if you're able to highlight this skill and even improve your ability to always look at the big picture, you will be much better suited for corporate culture. The second skill I'd like you to think about is interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence is how you understand yourself and how you're able to express what you're feeling, what you're going through, what you're thinking. So in corporate world, there's a lot of communication that goes on between people, whether you're speaking to people who are in a lesser position than you or in a senior position than you, or people in the same level as you, to clients, to investors, to stakeholders just within the industry. There's a lot of interaction where you need to understand yourself and how you thrive or how you're affected by different situations. If you're able to understand yourself, then it influences how you relate with other people, how you express yourself. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed, how you express that, or if you feel like you're ready to take on a challenge, then if you have an understanding of what more you can add to your plate, you're able to communicate this so much better than other people and you become a pleasure to work with, which a lot of us don't talk about, but it pays to have people that you enjoy working with around you. Because if you're going to be spending 8 to 9 hours of your day every day around people, it helps if there are people who make it easy for you to do that. The third skill is empathy, and this is a skill that has been celebrated or that has come to the forefront in the past few years, where more and more people are emphasizing the role of empathy in the workplace. look at it this way. In the workplace, you're constantly dealing with people and you don't know what other struggles they're dealing with beyond the workplace. So people have family issues, losses, conflicts within their families, or even just challenges in meeting their needs outside of the workplace. People are dealing with childhood trauma. People are dealing with triggers that they are not even aware of. And this might affect how the team dynamics operate if one person is going through an extremely tough time. And when you're dealing with deadlines and goals and you're working towards the bigger picture, it can be very hard for you to sort of give or create space for such a person to thrive or even be able to heal from whatever they need to heal. And just having empathy within the workplace, the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes, to understand their situation, to advocate for them to get the support they need if they do need it, or even when you're dealing with clients, just being able to understand their pain points and be able to customize solutions for them that address those pain points, or to support them in the buying journey. This can go a long way in making you successful in the workplace, but most importantly in creating relationships that will outlive that particular job that you're doing at the moment. And this is something you need to, one, practice, and two, emphasize if it's something that you think is very strong in your traits, because a good organization will appreciate an empathetic employee. The fourth skill, which I think is very important, is curiosity. Think about it this way. Think of your younger niece, nephew, brother, your child, somebody who's around 6, 7, maybe 5 years, and the amount of questions they ask around things that you think are very basic, and the number of follow-up questions they ask. They're constantly asking, what is this? Why does it exist? What does it do? How can I touch it? What will happen if I touch it? You know, that kind of curiosity. Unfortunately, a lot of us are born with that what, why, which, how, when kind of curiosity, but we lose it along the way. And this affects our ability to learn. This affects our ability to jump onto new opportunities. This affects our ability to sort of explore what is beyond our set path, and it affects our overall growth. And yet in the workplace, curiosity is one of the most important skills you can have. One, because through curiosity you get to learn so much more. Think about it this way. If you're in one department, then it means that your company needs maybe 10 departments to operate. So your work affects 9 other departments. What is the pain, or where is the mistake of you learning what everybody else does? You know, because if you understand what others are doing, first you can be more empathetic to them, but you also have a deeper and better understanding of how important your role is in affecting everybody else. But it's also important if you're looking to grow. If you're looking to go into leadership, you need to understand what everybody else does and how different functions operate to move this whole machine that is the organization. So this curiosity will work to your advantage now and in the future. If you're starting out and you don't immediately see how the curiosity might serve you, think of it this way. There's a lot of technology and information that is constantly changing around us in any particular industry, especially with now that we are all very reliant on the internet. There's always something new happening in every industry, a new invention, a new system, a new way of doing things, just something that is constantly changing. With curiosity as one of your strong suits, you can always keep your ears open to the world around you to identify, okay, this might be useful to my industry, this might be useful to my job, this might be useful to my company. And if the leaders within that organization can trust you to be able to hunt that information for them, you immediately become more valuable than everybody else in your level. The last, and I think one of the most important skills, not only in the workplace but in life, is knowing and accepting failure. Now, all of us will fail at some point. Failure is such an important part of our growth as humans, as individuals, as groups, that it's unfortunate as a society we don't celebrate failure as much as we should. Now, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. you're going to mess up a lot. The most important thing is to first be aware of the mistakes that you're making along the way, and secondly, using these mistakes as learning points and not as a point for you to bash yourself. However big the mistake is, you can always learn from it and use it even to teach others, but especially if you're in a leadership position, learning how to, one, understand your mistakes and acknowledge them, own your mistakes and turn them into lessons, can serve as a good example for everybody on your team. If people below you or people who report to you see that you're a person who is not afraid of failure, then they also become more comfortable with their failure, but it also gives you an opportunity to learn so much more, because then people are willing to take risks, and risks can lead to very rewarding experiences, both at a personal level and at a professional level. So the next time you go to a job interview or you start thinking about finding new opportunities beyond what you have now, think about how you can highlight skills and experiences that are usually not celebrated but are very important to you surviving within the workplace. It can help you stand out if you're competing against other candidates, but it's also an opportunity to show that beyond the basic skills required to complete the job, I'm a person who can thrive around other people, and I'm a person who can thrive within a corporate workplace where politics are rife and there's a lot that is happening at any particular time. Again, if you're interviewing for a job, all the very best. I hope that the videos I've been sharing will be helpful to you. And if you're planning to interview, then I hope this is preparing you for eventual success. Until next time, make sure you hit the like button if you made it this far. Make sure you subscribe and even share this video with a friend. Bye bye.